Hello pretties, welcome to our stall. So today I wanted to do a bit of a swatch party, and specifically wanted to do a swatch party to my Duochromes and Multichromes, at least my favorite ones, because I do own more, but it's not necessarily what I wanted to show. I just wanted to show the ones that are truly very duochrome-y, because a lot of times brands say that something's duochrome, and it is sometimes, but sometimes it's really subtle. It's not as bam in your face as you would like for it to be. So I really just want to swatch some of my favorites that I own. By the way, please don't look at my nails, they're an absolute mess. But I just painted them and it takes like a couple hours for it to like fall off the excess or whatever. So just don't worry about it, but I wanted to start out with the brand Los Angeles, because she has like 4 duochromes that I really like. One is in her Nudie Patooties palette, and these are foil shades, and it's gonna be all natural as well as Jaybird. And they're foil shades, so they're quite glittery. Oh gosh, and they're a little messy. But honestly, especially Jaybird, it doesn't look like much in that swatch, but when you put it in the eye, depending on the lighting, I think that does a good job of like showing. It really does have like a completely different look, like depending on the lighting. And this one's Jaybird right here. All right, let's see. Start doing all the swatching. And from the other palette from Los Angeles, she has right here Candy Skies, bam, and I like Macaroon a lot, as well as Cloudy. Cloudy is a really unique shade where I actually have a hard time pairing it, because it looks gray, it sometimes looks blue, sometimes looks purple, and then Macaroon, depending on what shade you put underneath, it either looks lavender or pink, and they just have a really interesting shift. Like I said, Cloud specifically, I don't know if it's purple, gray, blue, or green at times, but it's beautiful. So there's that. See, but that's pretty much from Los Angeles. I also have 5 shadows from Urban Decay, and it's the 5 right here, and in my opinion they're all kind of like duochrome or multichrome, kind of like that. So first we have the shade Lithium, and it looks like a gunmetal shade, but honestly it just has the most interesting undertone. This is Lithium right here. Oh, Solstice. So Solstice looks very interesting right here in the pan, but it's actually quite pink, and I think it helps in like pink and purple. And like if I show it to you, it looks one way. If I like twist it to the side, it looks quite purple. Like, there you go. It just has a really interesting undertone because it looks very blue, but it can also like turn pink, and it's quite beautiful. Okay, this is a new one. I actually haven't put this in my eye yet, but it's called Lucid, and it looks white, and it's very white for honestly, but it just has that teal undertone that is just, it looks like a mermaid. It looks like a mermaid's tail. Do you see that? Just gorgeous little flip. Just absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's do another. My hand's gonna look rough by the end of this. Okay, also from Urban Decay, I have Psych, and this is very much so a green, and I'm not even sure if there's really a flip or I'm just imagining that there's a flip, but there's definitely a chromeness to it where it sometimes looks blue and then sometimes looks very bronzy. I'm not sure if that's picking up on camera, but it's absolutely beautiful. The last one from Urban Decay is Space Cowboy. Now this one, I personally don't think it's a duochrome, but every time I hear somebody talk about it online, they always describe it as a duochrome. So I don't know, I just don't see it. But again, it's described as a duochrome. It is a very beautiful shade, and it's quite reflective, and it does have a bit of like a different reflection depending on where you see it, but I don't necessarily think it's duochrome, you know what I mean? I don't know. But those are the 5 shadows that I own from Urban Decay. There's that. All right. Now, we have the Jackie Aina palette. I know a lot of people own this palette. I personally really enjoy it. And here's where I feel like officially the Duochrome shades are sponsored and trust issues. However, I really feel like Lithium has a bit of a Duochromeness as well as Dollars. So we're just gonna swatch the first two, which is sponsored and trust issues. And trust issues is a Duochrome. She said it looks white on the pan, but it's quite definitely a golden lime. And then you have sponsored, which is a green, like a bronzed green, and that's those two shades. Now those are the official Duochromes, and this is the ones that I feel like have a Duochrome flip to it, even though they say it's not. And I'm like, am I imagining things? Like, am I seeing things? Or maybe it's just like the undertones. It probably is just the undertones of the palette of the shadow, and that's what I think it is. But there's that. And so this is Dollars right here, and this is Lithium. I don't know what it is, but I always, every time I see them, I always feel like there's some Duochromeness to it, or it's just the undertones are quite unique, and it depends what you pair it with and how you see it, that honestly they feel like very much so like Duochromes. They remind me of Duochromes, and I know they're not supposed to be Duochromes, but I count them as Duochromes, and that's what matters. So there's that. Most unique ones are definitely the ones that I just got. So I got JD Glow right here, and then we've got Cleona down here at the bottom. Let's start with JD Glow. Bam, bam, bam. What I wasn't expecting from these shadows is how iridescent they are, because they look quite pigmented right here. But if I were to swatch in my arm, in my eye, they look quite... They don't look as bam in your face. They look more glittery and more soft. But as you can tell right there, they do have very strong flip. I was expecting how big the shadows were, to be honest. And then just gonna grab these last two right here. And then this last shade is from a different collection, and I can definitely tell the difference because that one, unlike the other ones, has a very strong pigment, and it looks honestly like metal. Do you see that? That's metal. But again, still has a strong flip, silver to gray, and it's very, very nice and pretty. And that's JD Glow. Isn't that beautiful? Just, I've really fallen in love with Duochromes in the last like year or so. Okay, even in my little towelette or whatever, you can see the sparkles of that metal. It literally looks like metal. That's powdered metal. All right, we might have to end up switching hands because my hand just looks like glitter. It's just glitter now. Yeah, my hand's glitter. All right, I think the other ones I have a pretty strong duochromeness that even if my hand's still glittery, you will still see it. So let's hope. Let's hope. And Cleona has to have my favorite duochromes. And I heard people talk about this brand a lot on YouTube, and I never quite understood the hype until I tried it for the first time. So this shade right here, it's actually supposed to not be a duochrome, but I personally feel like it has a strong shift. And I know it's not mentioned as a duochrome, but I just feel like it has a nice little flip. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that one separately from the other ones. But let's go to the two ones right here. And these two right here in the middle look a little similar, but they actually aren't. Let me grab a little more of that one. There you go. Alright, so then we have this right here. You can already see right there how shifty those are. But look at that beauty. Just beautiful. Alright, and the ones that are really trippy are these multichromes. So these two right here are actually multichromes. This is supposed to be an iridescent one, and the other one's supposed to be a little more pigmented. Now what's funny is that they're both supposed to be green, but every time I look at this one in person, it always looks blue-purple, like the darker one. But I know when I got them, they're both green. You just can't tell. Those multichromes are so strong in this one right here. Jesus. Okay. Do you see that right there? That shift is insane. Oh my god, I'm looking at it in person and it's just, I'm just seeing it and I'm just like, what in the heck is that? I'm just like seeing it one way, the other way. Just the switch in this is beautiful. And then this one's more iridescent. It's supposed to be white, but again, it's not as pretty as the other one. I'll just say it like that. The multichrome there, every time, gets me. Every time. Okay. Alright. And then I have some from Colourpop. I recently got Tea Garden, and then this is Earthshine. I was actually quite disappointed with Earthshine. So this is, in Colourpop's website, considered a duochrome. And it's not to say that there isn't a duochromeness to it, but it's not as bam in your face as I thought it was going to be, because I've seen other duochromes from Colourpop, and it's also quite subtle, which I wasn't quite expecting. But I mean, it's not that it's not there, it's just not as bam in your face as the other ones. So let's go to the other ones that are supposed to be like, so we have the three top ones. I have Glass Bowl right here, which is really a soft taupe shade. Then you have Tea Garden. I feel like Tea Garden is really hyped up, and I thought it was gonna be more green, but it looks more like olive golden, which is not my preference. And then you have Wishful Thinking, which is absolutely my favorite duochrome from Colourpop. So you have those three right here, and so bam. Okay, I don't know that you're gonna be able to see Glass Bowl, but Glass Bowl is right here. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I just love duochromes. There's something about them. These are definitely some of the most affordable duochromes. I think they're less than $5. I think they're $4.50. So there's that. Now, they do have some in some of their other palettes, but the ones that I want to mention specifically are from the So Jaded palette. And I don't have Diamond in here. Where's Diamond? There's Diamond. Actually, let me wipe my hand really quickly. All right, yeah, we're gonna have to switch hands. I don't think this hand's doable anymore. We have to switch hands. All right, so over here you have Diamond, and Diamond's is the Super Shock shadow in this, and this one reminds me a little bit of Glass Bowl. It's just not. It's just so soft and glitters very much a topper. It's hard to tell, but I've definitely, like, it looks very champagne golden here, but when I look at it in the actual pan, it looks more purple silver, and it really depends just on the undertones. I have golden olive undertones, so that's kind of how it pulls on me, but on my, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's that. And then there's for sure the official duochromes in here, I believe, are Tiger Eye. Look, I grabbed it with the wrong hand. Dang it. Okay, well, I'll put in the wrong one for accident. And there's Tiger Eye, and it has like a green bronze undertone. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And then I think Alexandrite's supposed to be the other one that is supposed to be a duochrome. It's very much so a purple. I don't know necessarily how strong of a duochrome shift that is, but I definitely looks blue at times. But there's that kind of, it doesn't look that great in my hand, I'll admit it. I'll just leave it there. I personally really like Onyx. I think Onyx looks one way, and I know it's just the undertone versus mix. This is not technically a duochrome. In my head, it looks like a duochrome because it can look black, it can look blue, and it can look silver. It just depends, and it's 100% because of those glitters that are in there. And I think those are the only ones, but just for fucks and giggle, I just want to show you three more shades, and that's going to be Fluorite right here. This is just not the cutest little shade ever. It's so pretty. It's like a soft little lavender. You have Moonstone, sorry, right here. Just look how pretty it is, and it has a very strong undertones. And then just lastly, I'm gonna go with Aquamarine. Just look at it. Again, these are not duochromes. I just wanted to swatch them and show them to you guys because isn't that pretty? I just love this palette so much. It's a really great palette. It's really unfortunate that it's discontinued at this point. But I think a lot of people got it. It was available for a really long time. Really, really long time. Is that all the duochromes that I had? Oh, no. I had 2 more that I wanted to show you guys. I have this one. This is from the Tarteist Pro palette, the original one, and it's supposed to be a blue, but it has a strong like teal, purple undertones, and it's very beautiful actually. I almost never wear it, and I probably should, because that palette actually panned it a long time ago, and that was the last shade that I actually didn't get to finish. So it's the last one that I have from that. And I have the Red Dragon. I actually ordered the Hella palette, which I know is supposed to have 1 duochrome and 1 multichrome, but it hasn't arrived, and I don't know when it will arrive, or will it ever arrive. So there's that. Okay, and then you have in the Duty palette though, or Red Dragon palette, the Solar Flare as well as Luna. So Solar Flare is the duochrome and Luna is the multichrome. So I'm just grabbing a little more. Bam. And multichrome, duochrome. That multichrome has a very strong shift. It doesn't look like it in here, but it's actually quite green. It just looks very purple. But there it is. Again, I have 2 more on their way. They just haven't arrived. But anyway, I just want to have a little swatch party, kind of go over my palettes and just swatch all the pretty duochromes and multichromes, because those are my favorite shadows. And that section of my collection has expanded massively in the last like year or so. So I just wanted to show it off. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can become a resident of Viv Surreal, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.